This review process at this point in the development and application process, actually is an administrative hearing. And at this point, regrettably, the process does not allow for a public hearing and public comment. There are a couple of concerns for that. One thing is,
it would be beneficial.
Beneficial and legal are two different things. Even if they wanted to go ahead and call for some kind of a special meeting, first of all, it may not be able to be accommodated this evening. And second of all, it would be contrary to what I would give as legal advice with reference to public participation in an administrative.
I just have concerns about additional traffic on Billingsley Road, considering the problems that are there now based on the traffic that's there. And am I understanding you to say that you feel it would be okay?
What I've explained.
Billingsley Road also. It's just, and it's, for me, it's probably personal because it's just a very dangerous road. And those are my concerns in regard to Billingsley. And if there aren't going to be any improvements, then my concerns grows even more so.
Well,
the project is within the Mattawoman Creek watershed, so what type of impact is this going to have on the watershed? Is it going to be positive, no impact, or negative impact for the Guilford neighborhood?
The analysis that's done both with staff.
I'd like us to go back and look at those again. I could suggest that you table the request and have us do that and bring it back to you with more details. Otherwise, what's before you tonight is a motion to.
Mr. Chair, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to make a motion that we defer this and have staff go back and look at some additional environmental features associated with the fact that it is in the Mattawoman watershed, and some of the traffic concerns that some of my colleagues have brought up at this meeting regarding this particular preliminary subdivision.
There's a motion on the floor.
Study showed that there are 37 places along Billingsley Road that are not adequate. So how can we justify increasing the capacity of that road by 33,000 trips a day, by 60%?
Well, again, I think it's important to understand that this particular
driving along that road, and that road is a one-lane, and I know that they're talking about the study, so we're talking how many years from now before a study is going to actually become, come to fruition, that road is already jam-packed. So I have a hard time.
What we're saying here, what I can say from a staff perspective is we recognize the deficiencies of Billingsley Road in terms of comparing it to a major collector standard, which is what we would like it to be, or what we've designated it to be. Because when a development comes in, we do this on all roads in the county. They all have a designation. And if they don't meet that designation, the developer of that project, in order to move forward and gain approval, staff is going to make a recommendation to the Planning Commission that they upgrade the road to that standard. Now, we can make that request and make that, of the Planning Commission can make that a requirement for their frontage and for off-site improvements. One development does not generally improve a road for 6 miles. It's
Ayes, 3 ayes.
I would defer to the applicant. That's the applicant's addendum.
Okay.
Impact improving or staying the same?
It is a qualitative judgment that you're requesting, and based on the information that we've been provided by our scientific advisor, which is the Department of Natural Resources, the plan has been deemed sufficient. Whether or not there's a qualitative improvement or a decrease in quality, that's not something that's assessed under our codes. We simply provide an awareness of
these are the guys that it's already affecting.
correct.
Okay. So
Yes,
it
took existing conditions from last year, essentially, and it did an evaluation of crash history.
We already know that there's a problem. This is how we're going to fix it for the current situation. Not
correct.
Not for an additional.
It makes no assumptions on any proposed subdivisions at all.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
But the mitigation does, in fact, improve the road.
Yes. Specific, the study says 5,000 west of Bennsville Road and 7,500 east of Bennsville Road is what the specific study says. That's not saying that's not measuring that in any particular grade level. That's basically saying we took account of traffic out there today. There's 5,000 on this side of 229. There's 7,500 on that side of 229.
So that's not even in the vicinity of what we're talking about, because
Right, it's the 5,000.
This project is all the way on the other side
Yeah.
of the end.
It's within the 5,000
It's the
trips per day
5,000.
corridor.
And we're talking about a 60% increase in that volume with Guilford, which wasn't
Billingsley-
addressed in this.
Billingsley,
And we have to, and Mr. Mudd said we can't tell those guys not to head east over the bridge and into the woods there.
But that study also would not say that 3,000 additional trips would make the road fail, per se.
Say
Well,
that
it's
again?
all,
The matter is, many of our folks commute, and they commute, most of them go up into D.C. and Northern Virginia.
Yes.
If I lived in this subdivision, I'd be going up Indian Head Highway.
Yes, that's the logical path.